What was I groaning? Like, what in the world?
Dang.
Tighten up, Liz.
Cute little shoes you got on.
Thank you.
Cute.
I don't want to hear no jokes now.
Post office feeling good over there, ain't it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
I ain't even mad.
Whatever.
Y'all ready to rock, man?
That's roll.
Definitely. Hey, guys, welcome back. Thanks for all the love and support. Welcome back. We got episode 39. Episode 39. Greatest number 39, you say?
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
Brandon Carr.
Brandon Carr.
Hey, we ain't even take no picture, man.
I'm gonna say Minka Fitzpatrick. We'll take one at the end, baby.
You gonna be too drunk and you ain't gonna remember.
I'm all right.
Out the door.
I'm all right, man. I'm
Out the door,
somebody's
go.
daddy, boy. Let's go get a toast, man. Get a toast, get the episode going.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. 39.
39.
All the way live.
That's thing. You coming out your clothes?
Yeah,
Shit got real quick.
What's in your clothes?
He said, hey, listen, I'm going to take an extra shot. It done took effect already. You know you light skin. You know how that goes. Hey, listen, guys, we want to welcome y'all to another great episode. Like I said, we've been seeing it going around on all the social media, so we definitely appreciate what y'all doing, helping us out. We're going to be millionaires soon. We're going to bring y'all with us, all right?
That's right. That's right.
Without further ado, we got the main man, the man of the hour, Mr. Ricky Petty. So we want to welcome you to the couch of the Pitch and Pipe show. You know what I'm saying? Humble beginnings. Don't worry. Now it's this. Next time you see it, we're going to be in the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, studio costs money.
No, we're going to have like Shay Share, somebody we're gonna be paying for. We're gonna be on their network.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Shay, we need
just
you.
Speaking into existence.
Exactly. Yeah, put that energy out there.
And them sponsors you told us about in Dairy too.
Yeah.
We're gonna need them on the team.
Oh, yeah. Delray, pull up now. We need some sponsors.
Got my guy here.
Yeah.
My guy here. Listen, he still owed me.
He owe you?
Did you call me?
He's still in the hole.
Did you call me?
My kids went to the class. I said, listen, man, we're going to the class. I'm taking the 7U team.
I told you to call
I need some help.
Yeah. Did you call me?
I ain't get the help.
He didn't call me.
I mean, but the classic is a different type of help, though. For every man for themselves when you at the class.
No, I got kids. I got 7-year-olds. Great experience. We got to go on the field.
I know you telling the truth because I don't believe nothing he say. He be lying on me all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Never got the phone.
Ricky, when you came here on time, what I said, both of the other ones going to be late. Watch. Did I lie?
You know why the only reason he on time? Because he lives.
Thank you.
I'm just a man of valor.
I see one thing that I noticed about tonight. You got on the Boynton shirt.
Absolutely.
Are you from Boynton?
Boynton representative.
Okay.
Stand up. You already know.
So it's 3 against 1 tonight. Okay, that's fine.
She was ready to. She was finna try to recruit you. That's why she asked.
I like my odds. I like my odds. Shout out to Boynton.
Don't get out of here live.
Boynton people.
All right, so Mr. Petty, you're a man of. I'll say you're a man of valor. You're known in the community. You're known from doing the stuff that you do. For the people that don't know, who is Ricky Petty?
Who is Ricky Petty? So Ricky Petty, young man, grew up in the streets of Boynton Beach, came from very, very humble beginnings. Went to all the different schools, Poinciana, Congress, Santa Lucia's. Played on the first Boynton Beach
Bulldog, the first in?
First one.
Oh, wow, that's what's up.
That was in what, 93?
Yeah, 93,
94. Okay.
Then, had some challenging times as a young man, just like many other young black men in our community, was involved with the law, got in some trouble, just doing a lot of different foolish things, running around with people who, were just really about their life. I was like one of the first jits in Boynton that had dreads, believe it or not, that wasn't a Jamaican. I was like one of the first, but it wasn't cool. Dreads and gold teeth.
That's the Rick I remember.
You know what I mean? Rick with the gold teeth and bottom. But then I went through, became a teen parent, had my son when I was in high school. And at that point, I realized that I had to change. You know what I mean? I wanted something different. And I didn't want my son to go through the situation that I went through. So I started making different choices. and got myself together. Was able to play high school football. Did pretty decent. Went on to Bethune-Cookman University.
Hell, Wildcats.
Got there, made some pretty good choices while I was there. One of the best choices I made was becoming a part of an amazing organization called Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So, went through that process, became that, ended up graduating, wanted to come back, bring my talents back to Boynton. When I went to school, I didn't really know what I wanted to major in. So it was between either sociology or business. I wanted to do something because I always questioned like why certain people grew up in certain situations and certain circumstances. So sociology is the study of human behavior. So I wanted to kind of understand, why people like this or why I had to struggle so much. So sociology gave me that knowledge. So after I came back, I brought them talents back to Boynton because first I was like, man, I want to help my people. And when I say my people, first my family, you know what I'm saying? Because we came from the gutter, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like 15 people standing in one bedroom, you know what I mean? It was rough, you know what I'm saying? So I got my people right, and then I brought it to the community, you know what I mean? So one of the first jobs that I got, well, it was really difficult for me to get a job because of my juvenile background record. I had some charges. I had a drug charge when I was 14 years old. I had some other charges, so it kind of limited my opportunities. But certain opportunities was granted to me. I volunteered, did some things like that. It led to different opportunities, so I was able to get my foot in the door. One of the first jobs that I worked with serious and violent offenders. So individuals that was coming back to Palm Beach County that had committed a serious or violent crime. So my job was to go inside the prisons and work with these individuals. So when they come home, they would be able to, have a decent life, so they won't recidivate. So I did that for some time. Then it led me to another position working with children. I was a director of a youth program, and I did that for some time, and it led me to a different position. And I worked with parents, educating them about how to be better parents. And in the midst of that, I always wanted more. So while I'm doing all these different jobs, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, I got to get me some money. You know what I'm saying? The jobs it's okay and they pay the bills, but I realized real young that, your 9 to 5, that's gonna, keep you comfortable, keep the bills paid, keep the lights on. But it's what you do from that 9 to 5 gonna do that. But that 5 to 9 gonna help you get to the next level in life. So I was always enthused about real estate. I'm a born hustler. You know what I mean? So I always knew how to hustle, and that never left me. So I got involved in real estate. Um, and from with real estate, it kind of helped me elevate, make money, reinvest money, and get into the game. So in short, you know what I mean? That's just a little bit about me, how I get started to where I'm at. In addition to that, I did a lot of different things. So, from in school, from candy to weed to shoes, cars to houses, you know what I mean? So I done did it all, you know what I mean? And all those experiences allowed me to be who I am right now, and take those things that I learned from the streets and brought that to the corporate world. So right now I own a business, well, a couple of businesses. One is Petty Capital Realty. That's a real estate firm. So I got about 20 agents that work up under me. And of course, we help those who, try to help them with their real estate needs, whether they buying, selling, or renting. And then in addition to that, I also own an investment company. So with an investment company, that's the company that I use to buy houses, flip houses, and also I rent properties out with that. So I was able to build my real estate portfolio pretty nice. You know what I mean? And not only for myself, but also my family members. I was the first one in my family to graduate to get driver license. You know what I'm saying? We was riding the bus. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first one to get driver license. The first one to buy a house. First one to graduate high school and college. And then I was able to bring that game back. So now I got family members. My auntie own a house. My cousins own a house. All of us, we own a house and property. In addition to that, I got cousins. My children, graduates of Bethune-Cookman College. So, I'm breaking generational curses, you know what I'm saying? And not only am I doing that for my family, but I'm also doing that for my community. So when folks see me, you know what I'm saying, they think that I just got to where I am. But no,
they don't know the story.
And that's why I work real hard.
That's why we got you on here. That's why we got you.
So folks don't see it or understand it, but I work really hard to get the results that I got. I'm a humble dude. I don't try to boast. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am, and I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? But I have work-life balance. So when I work real hard, but I also play hard too.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? So
you deserve
that's just
you.
a little,
Yeah.
that's just a little bit about me in a nutshell. And one unique thing that I did, I brought y'all a gift. So I feel like I got a very unique story. So what I did, I decided, you know what I'm saying, I don't want nobody to tell my story. You know what I mean? I want to
We appreciate
my
that.
own story.
We appreciate that, bro.
I packaged it up.
Thank you.
And put it in the
Thank
book. So
Appreciate that.
the title of the book is called Beyond Petty, Embracing Dreams, Defying the Odds. So basically it's a memoir about my life journey, you know, starting from humble beginnings to where I am now.
Okay.
And I give you a lot of game. I talk about from sports, I talk about relationships, I talk about business, I talk about family. So I give you the whole game, you know what I mean? So everything that I just talked about in short, you got it all in that book. So a lot of good nuggets.
And it's a book. It's not like it's just a couple pages.
No,
this is a book.
So question, how long did it take you to put this together?
So how long did it take me? It took about, I would say, about a year and a half, almost 2 years. A year and a half. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And what inspired you to actually, you know, go forward with it?
Put it on paper.
So what inspired me, I feel like I got a very unique and interesting story. You know what I mean? And I feel like it can inspire folks, because sometimes folks be stagnant where they are. And sometimes people, they become a victim of their circumstances. And I want them to understand you could be a product of your decision making. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about decisions that you make, you know.
Yeah.
And I want folks to see that, you know, you could start at a certain level and you could end up somewhere else. So it could give like a parent hope who may think that their son may just be out there, and she may, you know, feel a sense of hopelessness, and she can see, you know what I'm saying, after reading my story, she be like, you know what, he can get there. Or you may be going through some people need in your life, you know what I'm saying, and realize that, you know what, I can elevate, I can do it, because you're gonna see the different challenges that I went through and how I persevered through those different challenges and make it to where I am right now. And
that made the story even greater, you know what I mean? Like to go through all that and to get to where you at, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, go ahead.
That's this, to be able to read your own story is inspiring, because I know you from social media, I know you from Bethune-Cookman, but just to see this book and to see you, it's like, this is amazing. It's great. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read it.
You don't got no audio books. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up now. Come on. I do have an audio book.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got Kindle audio, so ain't no excuses. I got a narrator that's going to read the whole book to you. So if you're not a real reader, I thought about this here. You know what I'm saying? And my purpose, it wasn't really to make money. You know what I'm saying? It's to get my story out there.
Right.
However, there are some financial gains to it. You know what I'm saying?
Of
Again,
course.
when we talk about generational wealth, you know what I mean? This is gonna live on forever now. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm dead and gone, it may be even more popular now. And guess who's gonna get the benefits from that?
Your children.
You know, my children, my family. You know what I mean? So anywhere I go right now, I just talk to a group of people. Guess what? I could sell 50 books. You know what I'm saying? Just like that.
Right.
Just go up, stand up, tell my story. 50, 100 books sold, you know, so it's another way that I could eat if I choose to use this as a main source of income, but it's just an addition to what I already got going on.
Makes the portfolio
so speaking
better.
of that, I seen you just traveled to Africa, right? And I seen, you know, you had the book with you, and you know, how was that experience?
So that experience, well, actually just going to Africa, I think is just an amazing experience. That's the motherland. So part of my work-life balance is, you know, I love to travel. So I go to a lot of places, Thailand, Greece, Rome, all these different places I had the opportunity to visit, you know, stuff that I done seen in history books coming up. Now I got the ability to actually go there and do this. So South Africa, going to the motherland, you know, going, seeing different things, interacting with the folks, and I'm a hustler. I do that to show folks. It don't matter where I'm at. I can go to Africa and make money.
Right,
You know, I can go anywhere and make money. So folks ask me, like, did you know those people? Did you plan that? No, I just went over there, posted up and did it. You know, we got people to purchase and support what I had going on. Not everybody had that ability to do that, but I try to show people that, you know what I'm saying, it's possible. You know what I mean? So that was like why I kind of put that little snippet on there, just to show people that, you know what I'm saying, if you got a business, you know, the hustle don't stop. You know what I'm saying? You always should be trying to, you know, grow your business, you know, get folks to support your product or whatever you got going on.
And one thing that I can say about going out of the country, people out of the country or people that don't know you will support you just off of the energy that you give. And to be, I went to Africa, it's the love that when they see you, we get that facade that other countries hate Americans, they embrace us. They want to take pictures. They want to follow you on social media. They want to become your friend. So for you to be able to give them something from America and you leave and it's still there, I think that's dope. I think that's really dope.
Absolutely.
That's dope. So you speak about the good things, right? The good things of what, your fruits of your labor, the work, the stuff that you've done. So being from the community that we from, you have that, they say, survivor's remorse. Like, do you have people in your life or family members that almost resent you for your success or the stuff that you do?
In my family, not in my family, you know what I'm saying? I'm like that guy in my family. You know, my people really look up to me.
I mean,
Like
remind
they
me
gonna
myself.
support me. Like I don't care if I'm wrong, my people right there behind me.
Right,
You know what I mean? So my people, it's 1,000% support from all my people. However, it may be certain people in the community that may feel some type of way. You know what I mean? I understand. You know what I'm saying? I can't be pressured. You know what I'm saying? So when I walk in the room, I can't be pressured, and I can't make some people feel uncomfortable. But again, that ain't my problem. That's their problem.
Absolutely.
So that's something that person
Absolutely.
or individual got to deal with if they feel uncomfortable. Because I'm there, my intentions are always good and always pure. I'm not there to make somebody feel uncomfortable, and I'm always willing to help, inspire. You know what I mean? And if that makes somebody feel uncomfortable, then hey, you're gonna be feeling a whole lot. You're gonna be sick, if you understand what I mean, because I'm gonna continue to bring and apply pressure.
But that's what comes with success, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just what comes with it.
I have a question. Do you feel obligated to help the community after going through your struggles and coming up out of that? Do you feel like you have to come back? I know you said you wanted to come back to Boynton and give your community something to look forward to and something to look up to. You feel like once you make it to a level that you are obligated to come back and give or show up for your community?
Absolutely. For me, I feel like yes, it's an obligation for me. Again, I came from very humble beginnings, but nobody get to a level of success by themselves. You know what I'm saying? There was always the people that was there to help you. I remember people, you know what I'm saying, when I used to walk up to the store, you know what I mean? They give me when I missed the bus, they give me a ride to school. I remember people who taught to me, you know what I'm saying, who educated me, who gave me the game, you know what I mean? So I feel it's an obligation for me to do the same thing in my community. This the community that embraced me. You know what I'm saying? It takes a community to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like my community really helped me because there were certain people in my community who looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? Who did certain things for me. You know what I'm saying? Who, when my mama couldn't do certain things, I didn't have a father that was involved in my life, but I had people that was involved, coaches. You know what I'm saying? Other mentors and things like that. So for me, it's an obligation for me to pay it forward by doing the same thing. So I got folks up under me who I do the same thing, because it's about lifting as you climb.
That's
what I'm saying?
I
so
love
as
that.
I elevate, I want to make sure that I bring people along with me because it could be lonely at the top. But if you out there helping and inspiring, you know what I mean? That's how you pay it forward. So for me, it is an obligation.
That's great.
So speaking of mentors, who is Vontel Mills and what does she mean to you?
Yeah, so Miss Vontaire Mills, she's like a second mother to me. You know what I mean? She was the person who introduced me to God. You know what I mean? When we was young, you know what I mean? She was the person who would come get us all to church. We right there, Greater St. Paul, and we right there. And it started with how she got me was she had this simple little program on Wednesdays. All she had there was just juice and popcorn. I was there every Wednesday because I wanted that juice and popcorn. You know what I mean? But that was the bait to get us there. But she took to me, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of us in there, and she took to me, you know what I'm saying? So she used to take us to like the skating ring. I didn't ever do that, you know what I'm saying? But she did that, take us to different games and, different bowling and all different types of activities, you know what I'm saying? Out to eat, all different types of things, you know what I mean? And that really meant a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? And it just helped me because I knew I had that person who I couldn't let down. So when I got in trouble, I'm like, God, I ain't want Miss Mills to know because
right.
She gonna get on you.
Yeah, she gonna be upset, and I ain't want to disappoint people like her. You know what I mean? But she meant a whole lot to me. You know what I mean? And I thank her every chance I can. You know what I mean? For what she did for me and how she just took me in. And it was others too. Who took me in as well. Who looked out for me and did things like that. Because like I said, I was out there, man. We were doing a lot of crazy stuff, back then. Stealing cars and robbing people, and it was crazy. Since I was going in a totally different direction, man. But those different people who I looked up to, who I didn't want to let down, I had to move a little different.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And by me, like you say, I got to know you a little more as we got older, but I remember this picture.
Yeah.
This the picture that I remember, the second picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? If y'all got to get the book to see the second picture.
Go get the book.
Go get the book. You'll see the second picture.
Yeah.
But I know I grew up in those same streets and going around and like you say, some of the people that you leaned on and didn't even really know you was leaning on them, but you was interested in waiting for some advice sometimes, and some people you didn't want to let down. So now the question, how she was in your life, how many of those other people are you that in their life?
Man, a lot. I can't even count the number of young men who I, mentor, and who I, traveling this road with. You know what I mean? Some of them still ain't making the best choices, but I just be there to help them and support them through whatever situation. One of the things I did with young men, I taught this little class at the Carolyn Sim Center. You know what I mean? Work with the young men. You know what I mean? And then I end up getting them linked up with the city of Boynton Beach. You know what I'm saying? Doing an internship where they was able to get paid. And some of those young men end up getting jobs with the city,
That's great.
And I got young men who went to college, and they still come back and just tell me the great things that they're doing. But one of the things that I always tell every young person that I'm involved with, I say, just make one promise to me. Wherever you at, I don't care whether you make poor choices, end up in prison, just come back and share your story with the next young man, so they can learn how that journey went, and help them avoid certain pitfalls so that they can be in a better situation, so.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. So I see you at the beginning when you spoke, you said you are a I want to make sure I say it right. Omega 5. Okay, correct me. Let you say it.
Omega Psi Phi, Fraternity
Omega.
Incorporated.
Okay. Okay. I just had to make sure I said it right. I didn't say the wrong word.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an amazing organization, founded on the campus of Howard University.
Okay.
DC stand.
November 17, 1911. A full distinguished men. And that's how we came into fruition. Now, see, when I went to school, I ain't know nothing about no fraternities. I ain't know nothing about none. I do remember when I was in church, and Miss Jackson, she said, "When you go to college, be a Q." I ain't know what that meant. I didn't know what she was talking about. Yeah. When I got to school, to college, and I seen the brothers in the purple and gold. I'm like, man, them dudes look special. I like that.
It's just something about that purple and gold.
It's just something about the purple, man. Everybody love it. I ain't even looking to all the other organizations. No disrespect to them, because they great organization too. But I did no research and nothing. I just focused on that one. And the individuals that was involved, I thought it was pretty cool. But I did recognize what drew me to it. I realized that a lot of successful people, looking through different magazines, I always saw that they was a part of something. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be a part of something. And I want to be a part of something. So I was like, you know what? People that's a part of these different organizations, they more likely to graduate too. So that's why I started associating myself with different things like that, because my high school life was totally different from my college life. In high school, I thought I was too cool to do anything. If it wasn't about girls sports or getting money, I ain't want nothing to do.
I mean, that's the key part.
I ain't want nothing to do. But when I got to college, I'm like, you know what, man, it's pretty cool. And I started applying myself a little bit more. I'm like, it was like the smart dude. You know what I'm saying? They see the smart dude, these dreads, these gold teeth. Everybody just digging it. You know what I mean? I'm leading different things. I'm like, I like this here. I'm the president of the Sociology Club, part of the Criminal Justice Association. I'm like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. So what I was doing was I was networking. You know what I'm saying? I was building what I call my capital worth. You know what I mean? My social capital. You know what I'm saying? I'm building that, networking with these different folks, and also adding value to myself. And being a part of the organization, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, it kind of really elevated you. You know what I'm saying? Because now, you like the dude on campus. I felt like I was already that kind of dude anyway. whether high school, college too, even before I became a member of the organization. But when I became a member of the organization, my status even shot up even. Level. It took me to a different level, you know. And but it allowed you to get things done, you know, by being a part of these organizations. It allowed you to network and coordinate with different folks, man. But it was a great experience, because going through the experience in college, it's you go through some stuff. Now we are a anti-hazing organization,
Okay.
so we don't condone hazing
at this juncture.
So y'all never have, or that's what it is.
They never have.
All I'm saying, we are an anti-hazing organization.
I know what that means. I know what that means.
But like I say, going through it, man, it's a very humbling experience.
Okay.
But you know, you challenge yourself. But I learned so much, man, and I think it added value to me, and it allowed me to be the person who I am today. You know? Because again, I didn't know nothing about no fraternity. I'm like, man, I'm a street dude, man. All this kind of stuff, man. I'm not used to this. You know what I mean? But I had to humble myself. And it taught me a lot. So but college, that being a part of the organization, it was great.
My son is a Q, and I love the brotherhood that you guys have. I love when he interacts with another Q, and it's that brotherly, because he's the only son in our family, and to see the Qs embrace each other, and they always speak positive words, and it's always something to do for the community, and I love that. I just love to see y'all come together and give back to the community, give back to the city. I love going on campus at Bethune-Cookman. It's just so much energy that it made me want to go to college, and I didn't go. I'm like, wow, I should have went to college. So to be in an organization, whether you're a Q or Delta, all of that, I just think our kids should experience a HBCU. My personal belief, y'all, because I know how y'all might get in the comments, but I think that experience for our kids to see other people that look like them, but on another level of education. Because we can all go to a high school, even though you're in junior, sophomore, senior, you still in one school. When you go to college, I felt like seeing people that were their second year in college, or their first, or they're getting their doctorate. It was just a different type of gathering, I would say.
Yeah, and it is. And one thing I really love about the college experience, when you get there, you know, you may thought you was the man back at home, but guess what? On the football field, basketball field, guess what? Everybody was the man back at home on the football and basketball field. That chick, you probably was the thing at your high school, but guess what? Now you with a whole bunch of other ladies who like was that person at their high school.
Got to step your
so
game up.
everything is like elevated.
Yeah,
but you know, some of us set ourselves apart, man. Some of us.
Hey, the cream of the crop always rise to the top.
That's right. That's
always.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
You had a head start because you was from Boynton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
you had a head start.
So one thing I noticed, you know, just from following you on social media, I see that you into crypto, right? And I see you talk about XRP a lot. So when did you first
XRP, aka
Ripple?
All right, just so some people might not, know the,
Yeah. So my question: when did you first get into crypto, and how do you feel about it? Because I know you see with the chairman SEC, he the one who was filing all the lawsuits.
Yeah, after the lawsuit,
and now that's out the way. So what's your prediction for XRP in the future? And like I say, how did you get into it?
Okay, so how I got into crypto. First, how did I get into stocks? Period.
Okay.
So when I got into stocks, I was like, what made me get into it? Because I was like, man, I'm supporting all these different businesses, but I ain't getting no kickback from it. You know what I mean? I got an Apple Watch, Apple phone, iPad. I ain't got no stock in Apple. So it was the year when we got that stimulus money.
That
it was like
2020.
$2,200.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we
got
at the same time.
$2,200, right?
Okay.
So with the $2,200 that we got, I put another 28 with it, and I started investing in different things that I support.
Okay.
So stuff like Apple, JetBlue, Delta,
I remember JetBlue.
Carry, which is they the company that have products such as Gucci, Balenciaga, all those different types of things. So I started investing in everything that I purchase or support.
So before you go any further, what made Did somebody tell you? Did you see?
I'm
okay.
finna get to that.
Okay.
So that's the first part that I got in. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So I started with that. Now that portfolio, when I bought at that time, that $5,000 investment, that portfolio done grew to over $30,000 right now. So I got a family member, cousin. He was like, "Man, you need to get up on this crypto." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "What?" So first he told me about the Bitcoin. So I was a little skeptical. I'm like, "Man, Bitcoin is up there, man. It's up there." I'm like, "Man, the numbers up there." So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I talked to one of my cousins. I was like, we're gonna go ahead and get something together. We're gonna put some money up and we're gonna get some Bitcoin. But then I'm like, man, I'm kind of scared because they weigh like it's gonna fall. Yeah. So I said, you know what? It's something else I'm gonna do. My cousin said, man, try this XRP. He told me about a couple other ones as well. So I said, man, I'm gonna try XRP. So when I got it, it was at the time I think like 38 cents. Yeah. So I bought a good amount of it or whatnot. Okay. So I was like, man, so a little minute went by. I'm like, man, XRP ain't really doing nothing, man. I'm ready to hit the curve. Just wait, man. This thing going through the lawsuit, everything. So I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I could use that money to put towards somewhere else. He just kept telling my cousin, was like, man, just chill, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be all right. Just be patient. So I'm like, man, this lawsuit, that was really what's throwing me off, that lawsuit. I'm like, man, I don't know which way it's gonna go. He's like, man, just trust me. After the lawsuit, things gonna get right. And man, I tell you, really the day after Trump, when he won, things just shot up. Actually what happened, the week before that, I was finna take my money out of there, really. I was like, only reason why I didn't, because I forgot my password. Ooh. So when I forgot my password, I was like, and it slipped my mind. I was like, I ain't gonna worry about it. And then next thing you know, it shot up. So it shot up, right? I was like, I'm finna take my money out. So what I did, I took half of it out. Okay. But then it kept going up. I'm like, oh shit. I put it back in there. I put it back in there, and it kept going up. And then I just let it sit. Okay. And so that's how I got involved. And my cousin, he really laced me up and told me about it. And it did really, really well for me. So that's why I try to encourage folks to do it. And when I first told folks to do it on social media, it had done shot up to like $1 or whatever. I'm like, man, my money done doubled. This shit, y'all better get in. But there was still some doubters, And then it shot up to like $2. I'm telling y'all need to get in. A couple of people got in, but not everybody. And they like, did it shot over $3? Then they like, I'm finna get something now. You done missed some good money. But I don't think it's too late. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I think it's gonna be pretty similar to like a Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Because the way the world going, they using these type of currencies. Yeah. So I think it's a good place to put money. If you got some money to set aside, you know what I mean. Now you don't be thinking you're gonna put the money in there and gonna make a lick and get paid tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
That's my thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't gamble.
It ain't gambling.
I don't play Hard Rock. I don't play Prize Pick.
That's gambling.
I don't even buy scratch offs. Like
that's gambling. You said
I just can't. I would rather see my money on me than walking out of a store on the app.
But see, that's not really a good, just to sit. If you got money just sitting
and you don't need it.
Now, have you ever had money in the bank and you just let it sit there?
Ain't nothing growing on it.
You see what they give you on the interest?
Yeah.
0.003. You like, God, that ain't nothing. But it look good in the bank though, because you got access to it. But guess what? You could put that money into some other means. So in my book, I talk about what I call petty's cash. You know what I'm saying? And in petty's cash, I talk about different ways that I make money. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have different sources of income. Right, you know what I'm saying? People ask, why you do this here? You think, I can't, if I had to work every day, you know what I'm saying, 40 hours to buy a pair of Gucci shoes, that's a lot of hours to try to buy a pair of Gucci shoes that cost $1,400. But guess what? If I buy this property, now if I'm getting rental income from this property, guess what? That could buy them shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I think like that. So when you think about money just sitting, you got to think about how can I use this money. So in my book, I talk about petty's cash. So I got 4 different ways of income that I get personally. So one, I talk about earned income. So although I got my 2 businesses, I do that, I still have a job that I work. You know what I'm saying? I lead a health initiative in Boynton. You know what I'm saying? That's consistent money right there. You know what I'm saying? I got my businesses. That's what I call earned income that's coming in. Second income that I have is what I call passive income. So guess what? I own property. You know what I'm saying? A good number of property. I had a goal. I wanted 10 doors. Got my 10 doors. You know what I'm saying? All of them producing money. You know what I'm saying? You do the math. You know what I'm saying? 2 bedroom. That all of them are 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Section 8 pay $2,200 for a 2 bedroom in Boynton, 33435. Wow. They paying 30 $500 for a 4-bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got 10 doors. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call passive income.
Yeah.
And then I got what I call portfolio income. So portfolio income, that's like when you got the stock portfolio. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna make money for you. You know what I'm saying? And then I got what I call compound interest. And that compound interest income, and that's why I invest in other different things. And that money make money, and it keep compounding and make money and make money and make money. So those are different ways that I make money. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm trying to break this thing called generational curses and build generational wealth. Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't get a head start. I had to get it off the muscle.
Right.
But I'm gonna guarantee you that my grandkids and my great grandkids gonna have a little leverage. They ain't gonna have to work. They gonna have to work hard, but not as hard as I had to work.
Right,
you know, I got trust funds. You know what I'm saying? Not a will, a trust. You know what I'm saying? Something happened to me. It's already identified where everything going. Don't nobody need to argue about nothing.
That's
right. You know you getting this here. You know you getting this here. Everything already took care of. That's things that we need to educate our people about. You know what I'm saying? Because when we go away sometime, man, it ain't that much left anyway. But what is left, family members fighting over. You know what I'm saying? And we got to make sure that we have different things in place. You know what I'm saying? When we gone, and we got to make sure that we're doing a good job while we're here to build. You know, don't make it harder for our people. Because people like myself, what we get hit with, and y'all too, is what we call the black tax. And the black tax is, you know what I'm saying, although it looked like we're doing well, but we still got to kick out to help out our loved ones, our family members. So although we look like we made it, and we made it in a sense, but we still got to look out. You know what I'm saying? So that 100,000 that you think you're making, after you done blessed everybody, that ain't 100,000 that you done made. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we just got to make sure that we position ourselves so that we all could win, not just us, but our people, so that we can grow together. So now instead of me buying a house, guess what? Now my cousin buying a house. You know, now my aunt buying a house. Now this here. Soon we're gonna have the whole block.
And by you doing that, that's less money that you got to take out of your pocket. Like,
absolutely,
they getting their own. They getting their own.
Like I told you, remember I told you we started off. Who was the driver? Who had license?
I was the only one.
Only one. So guess who had to take everybody everywhere? I'm like, damn, I should have came up with that Uber idea. You know, we just with family. You know what I mean? So guess what? When I started teaching everybody, I took pressure off me. So now everybody doing it. Then that grow. Same thing with the house. I get a house. Then guess what? I educate my family members how to get a house. Now they got a house. They got a house. They got a house. Now we good. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
we
just
keeping it going.
That's just an asset, and people don't understand. Like renters and owners. Yeah, I might not own it outright because I still got a mortgage. I still got to pay, but I got an asset that's worth a lot of money.
Right.
And it's built, especially in these times now. If you bought before the pandemic and right now, your asset has grown.
Come on, like
you know what I'm saying?
If you, I just encourage everybody to buy. You know what I'm saying? Because renting, think about it. If you pay $2,000 a month, you know what I'm saying, for rent, and you figure out what that is. Let's say you're spending about $25,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? You times that by 4. Look how much money you done spent. And at the end, when you get ready to leave that house, you done spent over $100,000 with that landlord. Me, I'm gonna thank you too. I'm gonna give you happy.
You gonna write a good reference?
Oh my God! Yeah. So all I'm gonna give you back is your deposit. But that's only if my house is in the condition that it was when I gave it to you. Most likely it's not gonna be. So when I hit you across the head with the wind, blah blah blah, I may give you $1,000 back. You know what I'm saying? Now you got $1,000. But guess what? If it's like me, you know what I'm saying? What I did when I started out, I'm not married to now house that I get into. You know what I'm saying? When I bought my first house, I paid I think $130,000 for it. I lived in that thing for 6 months, so it's like $200. You know what I'm saying? Made $60,000. I was young. When I bought my first house, I was like 26. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, that was cool. I just made $60,000 in 6 months. I'm finna do this again. I bought me another house. Sold it, and then I did get caught in the big housing crisis, but I was able to bounce back and recover. But every house that I lived in, I probably stay in it for about 5 years, get the equity, and I sell it, and I duplicate the process. You know what I'm saying? So for the renter, you know, they walk away with their deposit, $1,000, maybe $2,000 if they're lucky. With me, when I walk away, it's gonna be 50 or 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I duplicate the process. You know what I'm saying? And reinvest that money and do some other different things. But I would encourage folks to buy because the rental market is really, really high right now.
I'm in the rental business. I'm a property manager, and to see these prices more than my mortgage, way like so much more. And I feel so sorry for our people that we're not educated on it. And then sometimes you'll get a debate like, I don't want to own a house. It's too much maintenance. I feel like when people say that, then you're not prepared. Then you make me feel like you're a nasty individual if that's your only hang up is the maintenance. Because maintenance means you're constantly draining it or you're on it, like your couch. You know, it's maintenance to keep a couch up. You got to wipe it down, make sure everybody ain't flopping on it. The same thing with a house. You can't slam the door every time you come in it. It takes care to own a house. So when people say, "Oh, I don't want that maintenance," and it, I'm like, that can't be the only reason that you don't want. It feels good to come home to something that's yours. And I know you said, "Oh, even though the mortgage company holds it, that's still my house.
Exactly.
That's still my house."
But
Florida,
I'm a title holder. It's a title holder state.
Excuses.
Yes.
So I got the title.
Those are really, really, it's bad excuses for our people. And I feel like we that own homes or want to own homes, we have to educate our people because that can't be the only reason why. You rent an apartment. Oh, well, the landlord can come fix the AC or the landlord can come fix the rug or clean the rug. My company, we do the bare minimum and charge the most. And I'm like, wow.
What I think it is, a lot of people don't want that responsibility of owning a house because of all that stuff that come with it. And like you say, the landlord could do that, so they don't got to worry about it. But like I said, that's just an excuse.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it's okay to be afraid. You know, I was when I bought my townhouse, I was nervous. I was like, is this the right thing to do? But I think it's okay to be afraid, but still go forward with that. You know what I'm saying?
Fear, yeah.
I mean, we all gonna have, you know, times in life where it's like, well, you like, damn, should I do it? But just do it and
Just
see
do
what,
it.
you know, it ain't the end of the
I don't
world.
think,
Just try to see what happens.
I don't think people
You know what I'm
realize
saying?
the equity that you get in the home once you paying
they
on
don't,
it.
you know.
Like, because you can pay a landlord, the landlord getting that equity. And if you got a good landlord, he paying that extra payment. And man, and believe it or not, he can sell it up under your nose. And now you getting a paper in the mail saying somebody else own it and they want you out in 90 days.
And not only that, hey, rent may be $2,000 now, but guess what? Maybe $2,500 next year when the lease come up. You know what I'm saying? So you know, inconsistency in payments could be a factor. But I think people don't buy sometimes, especially us, because of lack of knowledge. They don't know.
Right.
And again, they're afraid. And also your network. You know what I'm saying? The people that you associate yourself with. You know what I'm saying? If you with a bunch of, if your friends are, you know, and we see this. So if your friends are accustomed to, let's say, getting Section 8, so guess what? I'm gonna lace you up on how to get the Section 8 houses.
Right.
The whole playbook. And guess what? That's what their mentality gonna be at. But guess what? If you got friends who own their homes and that's what they own, guess what? They're gonna lace you up on the process, and that's what you're gonna be a homeowner. So it's like your friend and your network. And I think we have to educate ourselves. And ain't nothing wrong with being on Section 8 and starting, but it's like we want to elevate, you know what I'm saying? And for some people though, Section 8, it may be best for them just to stay there based on their situation. You know what I'm saying? So they have to know and understand what's going on as well. But for those that are trying to elevate and build some generational wealth, because most people, where it starts at, real estate, you know what I'm saying? A house. That really give people a whole lot of leverage, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You can use that equity to send your kids to school if you need to. You can use that equity to start a business. You can use that equity for a lot of different things if you get in the jam. That's there for you. Now, if you're renting, you don't have that ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it all starts with knowing what it takes to purchase a house. You know what I mean? And it's real simple. All you need is at least a credit score of 580. You know, 620 really, but sometimes 580 depending on your debt to income ratio. You know what I'm saying? You need to keep your credit score in good standing. You need to have a job for at least or a W-2 for 2 years. Or if you're self-employed, you know what I'm saying, you do your own taxes, you can use that as well, but you still need 2 years of income. And your debt to income need to be at a pretty decent rate. You know what I'm saying? Those three factors right there can get you in the game. And as far as down payment, you know, of course, you're going to have to save some money up to do it. But, you know what I mean, if you got the right realtor, me, you know what I'm saying? Who
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? I can help, you know what I'm saying, work that deal where you can come out with little to no money to purchase that house. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do for people. You know what I'm saying? And the people who I help, they like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When I sell you the house, you're gonna live in it for a couple of years, and guess what? 3 to 5 years, you gonna call me back, Ricky, I'm ready to sell. Oh, you is? Okay, guess what? Because they're gonna be so happy when we're at the closing table and they're getting a check for $150,000. Like, wow, Ricky, I seem like a god. They're like, thank you so much. And guess what? I'm gonna sell them another house. And out that 150, they probably gonna use about 20 or 30 to buy my even bigger house. And they got another 130 that they sitting on. Their lifestyle good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life is good for them.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of opportunities what happen when you are a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that ability to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about planning. And those that manage well, do well. You know what I'm saying? Individuals that don't manage well, you know, they're gonna have it tough.
That's true.
So how that make you feel though when you could do that for people? You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
that makes me feel great, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because again, on my other job with what I do in the community, that's great too, and it make me feel good. It's not hard work; it's what I call heart work because it's real good for my heart.
Okay.
And I get a pat on the back, job, Rick, and I do feel really good about it.
Yeah.
But boy, in this real estate game, I get a fat check. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I make money there, and then also, like I said, I got the rental property. So guess what? I treat my people real good. You ask anybody who rent any of my properties, my tenants stay. And I love my Section 8 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love them.
And you don't get too many landlords that say they love Section 8. They, you get a lot of people that say that's my last resort. You know, being in real estate business, some people frown on it, like, nah, I ain't going for it. And it's a stereotype because you have some people.
I was that person. I was them people.
Understand.
It's the difference.
Yeah, they don't understand. For me, you know what I'm saying? One, I do it because I want to help my people, for one. You know what I'm saying? I make my properties good because if I can't live in it, I ain't gonna put nobody in it. So I do granite countertops, nice bathroom, everything be nice. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, that's guaranteed money.
So I got a question before you finish. You at market rate, market rent, or are you below it?
No, I'm at my Section 8 paying, the government paying.
Oh, so you went low.
I'm at market rent.
I love it.
Market rent.
Oh, okay.
So they paying top dollar. So some of the other people don't even want to pay what Section 8 paying. So that's my first choice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and guess what? It come every time, every month.
Every month.
Right on time.
Right on time.
The 17th.
Hey, I treat my people real good. I give them turkey for Thanksgiving, gift card for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I make sure they're good. Now I do got some tenants who like I got an elderly couple. You know what I'm saying? I don't charge them market rent. I could actually. I charge them very minimum. You know what I mean? Like very minimum. I could begin probably about like $700-800 more. But because they're on the fixed income, I look out for them.
Right. That's great. That's great to hear.
And I got like 3 people who are not on Section 8 with my properties, but I look out for them. They're good people.
Okay.
One is a Haitian family. I look out for them. They're on the fixed income, and the elderly couple on the fixed income. But I bless them, and I feel like it come back to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my people, they look out for me. They take care of my property. I don't even have to go through all that. Now I done have a few situations with people that wasn't so good, of course, but it wasn't that they weren't good with me and they wasn't paying, but it was like sometime with the neighbors, how they was. It was just a conflict, and putting out those fires and doing damage control. It was kind of a headache, so I had to kind of, modify and work out that situation. But besides that, man, it's been great, for me. And
I commend you on doing that because you don't get too many landlords that want Section 8 as their first priority. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So now the question, you've done all of this. You're saying you want to create generational wealth. What's next? Something that you haven't done, an endeavor that you've been thinking about doing, and you, like he said, you're a little nervous or apprehensive. What is something right now that got you a little nervous, but you thinking about getting into it?
You know what? Really, I'm a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? I'm a roll the dice. I'm a gambler. So really, nothing got me scared. It's just right now me looking for the right opportunity. So with real estate, one of the things I want to do is I want to get like a building. You know what I'm saying? Like an event hall building.
Okay. Come on now.
You know what I mean? That's something I really want, and I want it in South Florida, in Palm Beach County actually.
Okay.
But it just in the places I just haven't found that place. Another thing that I want to do is get a strip mall. So that's one of the things I want to do, get into commercial real estate and get a strip mall. So those are some of the endeavors that I'm looking to get into. I thought about buying franchises and different things like that, but I try to position myself in certain businesses that only require a certain amount of my time. You know what I mean? Because I'm so busy.
So
I be very skeptical about certain things that I involve myself in and that I choose to invest in. But I try to do my homework. You know, that script mall, that's something that I'm looking at, but the stuff that I'm seeing is in other places. But I want to be, you know, geographically, you know, right here in Palm Beach County. But it's some stuff that's very attractive in some other areas. But I'm trying to be down here because I know the market. I know what's going on.
So when during COVID, like I know that was like a challenge. Like how was like because I seen like a lot of people was relocating from California, Texas. Like how was that time? Like how was that?
So for me, for COVID, you mean as far as real estate?
Yeah, real estate.
Okay, for real estate. So of course on the renting side, I didn't have to worry about that because Section 8 COVID proof. You know what I'm saying? My check was coming in. I didn't have to worry about that, you know. But as far as the real estate side, believe it or not, it was really well for us. You know what I'm saying? We was doing really good because at that time, interest rates was relatively low. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of people that was moving down and you had a lot of people that was buying at the time.
And one people like overpaying for stuff.
Yeah, people was overpaying, so you had to put in multiple offers. You had to go above asking price. You had to be very savvy in your offers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for real estate, man, it was actually really good.
It was great.
It was great.
It was I know for me, we got more overseas buyers buying cash to the point that they were not even looking at the property. They just
making offers.
They
sight
just
unseen.
Sight unseen. Just here I'm wiring my money, and I'm like, I'm not sending no pictures. They just going by what they see online, and I was like, wow. You know, during COVID, people that worked in real estate, you still work. You worked in your office, even if it was just you by yourself one day, spray down leaves, somebody else come. So business was still normal. People were like, New York, you know, when they had that ban on people coming from New York, my New Yorkers was like, man, we still coming. I'm not gonna lose my, you know. So I mean, you can't go wrong. I feel bad for the way real estate, the way the rental market is right now, because it shouldn't be $3,000, $4,000 for an apartment. That is ridiculous. But who am I to say that? You know, we don't have a cap on rent here.
So do y'all see that changing in the near future?
The market?
Yeah.
Well, what drives the market is the market drives the market.
Yeah.
So you can't, if somebody willing to pay it, how can you tell them not to pay it? You know what I mean?
Because South Florida, it seems like that's the hot spot. Like,
so one of the things is you got 1,000 people that's moving to South Florida every day. You know what I'm saying?
1,000?
So imagine what that do to the market. These people got to stay somewhere, and that's why I was so disappointed in that many of our people didn't buy during that time. That was like the best time to buy. You talking about interest rates at 2.8?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3.1. You probably won't see them interest rates ever again, never again.
Yeah.
So, and I had a couple folks, oh no, I'm gonna wait. The price is too high. I'm gonna wait. And guess what? It did just what I told them it was gonna do. Even though the price is still up, it dropped maybe a little bit, but the interest rate's so high, the payment's still like almost double than what you would have paid at that particular time.
I think a lot of people missed out on buying because, like I said, the foreigners were taking everything. Like, they're buying $2 million houses. You know, we listing a house for cash. We ain't got you can go get 10 of us. We still ain't coming up with that. And the crazy part was, for me, you know, I get somebody that look like me or in a financial situation like me, and you know, you're saying, oh, this is available for 250. It's somebody ready to put 3,000 more on top of that. It's at 22. They coming in at 30. Boom, out the door. You know, you didn't. I didn't feel like we had a chance per se.
But it was that in a sense, but it was a chance because again, it was still properties that were being sold, properties that was listed with different people. So sometimes it's all about who you know.
Right, of course.
So guess what, Liz? You got this here house listed. I'm finna come to you and I'm bringing my people. So me and you got a relationship. So you're more likely to want to work with me to close this deal. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of that what you was talking about, but it was still a lot of opportunities out there for folks. Some folks were just scared, you know, they were still, you know what I'm saying, double dutching, just trying to figure it out, you know what I mean, and didn't want to pull the trigger. And for the ones that did pull the trigger, those individuals real happy right now because they live in probably in a $500,000 house, and their mortgage is probably about like $2,800 right now. Now to get that $500,000 house, your mortgage is going to be probably in the high threes, 30 in the high $3,000s or $4,000. You know what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, we just got to know how to we got to be ready to pull the trigger and also listen to some of the experts. You know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But although the market is still high, it's still better than renting. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
Still
on
beat
now.
renting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
care what it is, because again, the property, you make money two ways. You know what I'm saying? Well, for me, when I'm renting, you know what I'm saying, I make money on the appreciation value. So things that I done bought at that time, like for an example, I bought a duplex. You know what I'm saying? Interesting story. Just one duplex I bought. You know what I mean? I was supposed to buy like 10 years before I bought it. I put an offer in for 130. You know what I mean? I went to go get it. I'm working with my mortgage broker. My debt to income ratio was off, right? So I'm like, damn, how can I get these numbers right? I just had bought a Camaro. They just had came out. I just bought it. I ain't had it for about 4 months. I said, man, I gotta sell it. So I sold my Camaro, got my debt to income right. Everything was good. Day before closing, the folks told me they couldn't sell the house.
Wow.
I was pissed. I done sold my car. I done spent all this money with inspections and all these things. I was so pissed. But 10 years later, I ended up buying that same duplex. You know what I'm saying? I paid $250 for it. You know what I'm saying? And when I paid $250 for it at the time, and right now that duplex is worth over $500,000 right now. Not only did I buy that one, I bought the one next to it too. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that happen in the game. And the one that was next to it, I told a friend to get it. I was like, bro, I got this spot for you. You should get it. You should invest. Man, he had too many questions. I said, I'm gonna buy it.
I got you.
I bought it. You know what I'm saying? Now guess what? You looking at me like, dang, there's 200,000 in that one now too. You know what I'm saying? In equity. Yeah, I could pull out anytime. You know what I mean?
See, but that said a lot about you, because when you didn't get it that first time, you could have easily just gave up and like, nah. And then the price went up higher. You said it went from 130 to 250, right? You could have been like, man, it done doubled. But you still did it. And look,
absolutely.
Now you say it's worth 500 now.
Absolutely. And then I got another deal that I bought. You know what I'm saying? It was a condo that came available. You know what I mean? And I'm like, gosh, they hit me up, told me that they wanted to sell it. I'm like, man, I was just finna buy me a Corvette. I really wanted a Corvette. That's my dream car.
Yeah.
I was gonna get the Corvette, right? So I'm like, man, this deal came up. I'm like, dang, man, I need this money. I gotta get this spot. So guess what? I was like, you know what? Put the Corvette on hold. I ended up buying the property. You know what I'm saying? Paid cash for it. Bam. So, but then guess what I did with that cash that I spent the house for? Boom, I ended up getting a Corvette after that. And that property paid for the Corvette. Now that same property that I paid for, I got like $150,000 in equity in that. And I got the Corvette. So I got the house and the Corvette. But it was the sacrifice that I was willing to make. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now if I would have just bought the car, I would have missed out on that property. But I sacrificed it for a year and I was able to get both. You know what I'm saying? And that property paid for my Corvette. So I was happy.
Priorities, man. When you got your priorities in order, everything fall in place. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's tough. So earlier you talked about, you said that was your networking was your social capital. So how did you turn your social capital into monetary capital?
Well, what I look at, you got capital, you know what I'm saying, assets, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like social capital. And when I say social capital, that's the people that you interact with, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of time, man, you get things done through your network and the people that you know. So how I was able to monetize that was, you know what I'm saying, it ain't always about me, you know what I'm saying. It's about how I can help somebody else. So I try to build my network of folks who do different things. You know what I'm saying? In real estate, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I need to know a lot of people that could do different things to help me with my properties and stuff like that. But I also need to know who could do things for other people. You know, people call me all the time for like almost everything. And it's like I always got somebody who can help with just about anything. You know what I'm saying? My network is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I've been blessed to create a network of folks that could do everything from doctors, lawyers, to plumbers, electricians, general contractors, you know what I mean? Nurseries, everything, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of add value to me because people know that they can call me and I can connect them with the right person, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't that. And guess what? Just because I can do that, they're going to, you know what I'm saying, border with me. So guess what? They're going to look out for me. When somebody want to buy a house, that person going to refer that person to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I, you know what I'm saying, work well with them. and I try to treat people well. I have good intentions, you know what I mean? And that paid off very, very well for me. So that's how I'm able to monetize with that. So sometimes it's not all about what that person could do for me, but how can I make that connection where they could work with somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always trying to bring people together. You know what I'm saying? And looking for that linkage. You know what I mean? Because that's how things get done. You know what I'm saying? Through connections.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And when
That's
you're
amazing.
yeah, and when your intention's good, like you say, you just doing it to help other people, but it always find a way to come back to you.
Always.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't even about the money. It's just about helping.
Exactly.
When you do good work, man, the money follows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with real estate, I done did things sometimes to help people. I done gave up my whole commission check, you know what I'm saying, just to save a deal. But guess what? It come right back. You know what I'm saying?
Always find its way back.
I've been blessed, man, beyond.
Hey,
That's what's up.
That's dope, man. That is. Boy, I tell you, it came a long way.
Came a long way. Still got far to go, though, man.
Hey.
I love it. I love it.
And this story is like, so I was so, because this definitely getting you on here was Poot idea. So Poot's like, man, I reached out to Ricky, and I'm like, damn, that's a good person. It's like somebody that I know that's right under my nose that I got access to, and we gotta see who we gonna get on next. And there's somebody that got the story that's interesting. There's a lot of people know you that don't know. That don't.
Yeah.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's funny though because my cousin Angie, right? She called me, but I already, you know, we always talk about it, man. Who could we bring on this? Who could be like a good guest to the show? So I had you in mind already, but then one day Angie called me and started talking about you. I'm like, that's crazy, Angie, because I was already thinking about Rick. You know what I'm saying? And this was like in what, December, something like that, November, December, somewhere around there. And you know, the time was right, and I reached out to him last week. And you know,
that's what's up.
But yeah, that's how it happened.
But again, it's a beautiful thing, man, and I love what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all creating a platform. You know what I'm saying? So people could get their stories out there. You know what I'm saying? And y'all bringing folks on here, and everybody bringing value. Who y'all bring on here? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Had good stories, something that can relate to people, and something that's gonna touch somebody, man. And I think that authenticity, that's what people need. You know what I'm saying? See real people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're doing real things. You know what I'm saying? And to hear people's story, because sometimes, like you say, people see you sometimes, but they don't realize what you done been through to get to where you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
So that because you know we did the SJ days, whatever. I'm like, hey Rick, I need this. I need. Let's say you still owe me one now.
I get every time.
Every other time. Every other time.
Because I say call me. I told him to call me. He called me about supporting the team. I say call me. He didn't call me because the thing is, why I tell him to call me because man, you just don't imagine you at times that by so many. You know what I'm saying? I can go through my phone and show everybody that I supported. You know what I'm saying?
You just sat here and told us though.
You know what I'm saying?
We understand. We get it now.
So like different organizations, different things in the community, I support. You know what I mean? Like everybody, I'm always. You know what I'm saying?
Is it just for Boynton that you support?
It's usually, you know what I'm saying?
That's the primary.
It's usually it's
still trying to recruit. You see how he's still trying to recruit.
I just thought I would ask.
Well, it's organizations too. So sometimes the organizations they may support a lot of other different things, but most of the time I do kind of put my efforts towards Boynton. You know, just the community.
I love it though.
You know
I feel the same way. Yeah.
But I support. When I think about it, I support a lot of other stuff in other cities in Delray. I support organizations in Delray. I support a whole lot. Not saying I need everybody calling me. Because I do get a lot of people. The
comments are gonna let you know.
Yeah, because I do get a lot of people calling me. At one point, man, I had people calling me from jail, and I know you, but we ain't like that, bro. Everybody asking for money and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, you know what I'm saying, I ain't giving nobody, I ain't letting nobody borrow no money no more.
Yeah.
Because I tell people, when you let people borrow money, man, you know what I'm saying. This how I deal with that now. I say that's gonna mess up our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Because I done lent money to people and they mad at me. They don't call me and all this here, and they mad at me because they ain't pay me back. They running from me. They
beat you getting mad.
All right.
They beat you getting mad.
So I say, you know what? If you're hungry, I'm gonna get you something to eat. You need clothes, I'm gonna buy you clothes. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I ain't gonna let you starve, bro. But no, I ain't finna give you no money.
I think we have to realize that. I know for myself in 25, I said, I'm gonna say no. I don't have to put nothing else behind it. No, because if you say I want to borrow, Look up the definition of borrow before you ask. Say, I would rather for somebody to say, can you give me? Because I know with give, I'm not going to receive it back. But, people say, let me borrow. And it be the big B, borrow. Now, because you said it, I'm looking forward to you giving me whatever I gave you. But if you say, I'm going on back with your word. Because up until the time you asked to borrow my money, your word always been cool with me. Now that it's a financial transaction, now everybody looking stupid, and now my money funky, and I'm this and I'm that. But I don't like.
You ain't need your money.
I don't need your. Yeah, you don't need it. You gonna get it back. Because you said borrow, I had no put a plan on that. So I realized for myself at 25, no. I ain't got to put nothing else behind it. No.
And that's what I do.
And you should still love me after I say no.
Absolutely. Yep. And I try to give them a whole spiel. You got to listen to this here, no, and then I get something to eat if that's what you need. But I can't do it because I done ruined a lot of relationships, and not because of my wrongdoing. It's because I let somebody borrow money, and I'm like, So now, if you want to borrow money, you got to go through my process, and that's dealing with attorneys, and the interest is gonna be so high. I don't even know. It ain't even worth it, bro. Right. It ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So please don't ask me to borrow no money. Those days over. You should have caught me back in 2024, 2025. It's done.
Yeah. New standard. Yeah. Hey, I ain't mad at you. I
enjoyed this conversation.
I ain't mad at you. Me too.
Man, definitely got to get to know you. I don't know. Like I say, we kind of know the second picture, Ricky.
Make sure y'all
Ricky with the dreads and the gold teeth.
Yeah, Ricky with the dreads.
Yeah. I know this Ricky, y'all. I didn't think I ever seen Ricky with the gold teeth and the dreads. So
you probably didn't want to know that, Ricky.
She probably did.
We're gonna make sure we try to get your link on the
sister, my classmate, Tasha's in school with me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tasha. Girl. I know she's doing her thing. So
my baby girl.
Yeah.
Man, listen. I mean, I enjoyed the conversation. Great insight. I'm pretty sure the people listening, they're gonna learn a few things, and hopefully it inspires some people to. Because a big part of this was real estate, and we knew what you do. You know what I'm saying? We done, everybody done did a little bit of homework. You know what I mean? Some of us on the show smarter than others, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
You want to call those someone's out?
No, we'll talk off camera.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I love a label on everything.
We don't want no divide.
Okay.
But man, like I said, hopefully it inspires some people to go out and just ask some questions. You know what I'm saying? So, for the people, how do they get in contact with you?
So how to get in contact with me? If you want to get the book, you can easily purchase it on www.beyondpetty.com. You can also reach out to me on social media, Ricky Petty. You'll probably see me on the elephant or something like that. That's me. I got a son, Ricky Petty Jr. as well. You can email me at ricky.petty@gmail.com. So ricky.petty@gmail.com. And you probably see my bench for real estate. If you need or looking to buy a house, sell a house, you can reach me at 561-635-8785. I love to be your realtor. I love to represent you to either purchasing or buying a house. So let's get this money.
Let's get this money.
And you got all this information in your bio on your social media, right?
Yes.
Because we're going to tag you in the videos and all that.
Right,
so,
right.
It'll be easy to just go on your page and,
Awesome. Since he put his number out there, if you're looking for me, just hit me up at 281-330-8005.
That sound like Mike Jones.
So the fact that you know that number, I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Hey.
Oh man, like I say, great conversation.
Great conversation.
We're gonna get a toast to the end, man. We appreciate you coming way out here, like they would like to say.
Who ain't got nothing up in here?
No,
thank y'all, man. Cheers. 39 in the book. That's all right.
That was great.
That's all right, Rick. You was all right.
Hey man, I tried to do
very informative. The information.